Hi guys, today I thought we'd do a bit of a bench tour. I do get asked for it sometimes, although not a lot lately. So we'll go in and have a look into where I do all my modelling, where I spend most of my time. Don't tell the missus. It's a pretty grim day today. So it's just starting to rain, so let's get in and have a look. What I'll do though, I'll just put up some pictures now of what it used to look like a couple of years ago. So as we go in, you'll see the chair. So I'll shut the door behind me. Oh, there. So I think we might start with the kits first. Should we do that first? Let's start with the kits. Right. Oh, before I fall over. Right. First of all, you don't know about this one. It's not a particular secret. I've not kept under wraps for any reason. It's a classic Airframes Blenheim, as you can see, just in the process of being finished. I just need to put a clear coat, probably a matte coat on that, and that'll be done. That is an 84 Squadron Bristol Blenheim, so that'll go off to his new owner at some point in the near future. Yeah, you can guess it will, Terry, if you're watching this. Right, kit-wise, stash-wise. Right, here we go then. Right, so these are all of them. There's no rhyme or reason to any of this. So there's just a bit of junk there. You can see what they are. I've got some more down here. Some Phantoms. So in here is, I have to say, right, that this whole bench, this whole room is pretty much a work in progress, and I don't think it'll ever get finished, because on the top of here there will be at some point, like from here, from the edge of there all the way along, some worktop, and I want to put some proper lights here, and this was going to be where I was going to do my like photography and stuff. Photography, you know, when I was going to do all me you know, all the finished photos. Whether it ever gets done or not, I really couldn't tell you. I'd like it to. Spitfires, can't have enough Spitfires, obviously. Eddie Spitfires. Some of the bits down here is my wingnut collection. What it is. That'll probably stay like that. Nice little bow fighter down there. That Thunderjet, that one there, that Thunderjet often gets looked at to be built. As you can see. Oh, bloody hell, there it is. Now, that Micro Augustine, I've been looking for that for ages. Look at me. You can see it's all Brit stuff mainly, which you would think, wouldn't you? Seeing that I run a Brit Facebook group. There's nothing here that's particularly unusual or like, wow, he's got that. Wow, look at this. Apart from, there might be a couple of things that are out of production now, but nothing that's going to leap out and go, wow, look at this. There's my Pride and Joy, just down there. And Spitfire next to the boot. My other Pride and Joy, I'll just come over here, is that Swordfish. I've always said I need to get the big head set for that. And of course now, when I actually came around to getting it a couple of months ago, I realised it's out of production. Brilliant. There's some of the random stuff. That's a lovely kit, that one there. I haven't got a lot of way of British bombers, to be honest, but there you go. This is Tamiya Corner. There's my Gladiator. That's going to be my Battle of Britain build. Another Edward Spitfire. Can't get enough of them. Sky Raider's a lovely kit. That one there in the packet, this thing is actually a started one of them, a 109 for Jason Champion's Spanish Civil War group. I did start it, and then I found out they didn't have a canopy, so I've got one now, so that'll get carried on with at some point. There you go. Can't get enough Tamiya kits either, by the look of it. Everything you see here, actually, for a bit of a sales pitch, is you know, if somebody fancies it and wants to give me some money for it, by all means, crack on. The only things I won't sell, obviously, the spit and the swordfish, but anything else, yeah, get rid. This is the little bit of 84 Squadron stuff. There's the other Blenheim. That's the other classic airframes Mark IV, which I'm going to be starting at some point. A couple of Roden DH9 and DH4s. I was going to do try and convert them to a DH9A, the Ninac, but that's probably a bit above my pay grade to do that sort of conversion. There's that one out of Boeing, that wings kit instead. So moving on, this is the junk corner full of crap. My boiler's down here. I do down here have to spend it with the washing machine and the tumble dryer, which is can be okay, but generally isn't. Junk here, this is just complete and utter rubbish. It all wants not thrown away, just wants sorting out. Books. Now I don't have many books, but I forgot I had these. That one and the Hellcat book, and I've got a couple others as well, and I forgot I had them. I could have done with them, especially the Spitfire one recently. A couple of Spits I've built. I'm going to be doing Hellcat soon, so that'll come in handy. In here is just junk, and there's my certificate I got from James Skiffins. Thanks, James. More junk. Coming around here, there's going to be a bookcase there for the books I have got. This is all junk. This is a bit of a boneyard round here. Kits. Finished kits. This is where they all get dumped until I can get bothered to sort them out. So if we now start with the paint, oh crumbs! Up there is top shelf is just a bit of McClears, some clears. That there is just a bit of overstock of Tamiya I'll never use probably. Empty bottles. These primarily are all empty bottles there, and they're the only empties I've ever had. Isn't that weird? Some Tamiya. Accurus. Right, it used to be my go-to. Now it's my un-go-to. Been superseded now by lacquer paints. I would actually like to get rid of all these Accurs at some point, because I probably won't use them for main painting again. Detail painting possibly, but there's not really detail painting colours there, to be honest. They're all greys and greens. But I've gone on to lacquer paints now. This is my little load of Tamiya ones, which are so nice, it's unbelievable. But unfortunately, things don't do a lot of military colours. Certainly not aircraft colours. It's all seems to me car colours. I mean, no doubt they'll come out with different colours as we get on. But Mr. Colour, that at the minute is my number one, I think. More about that in a minute. So I've got mainly all the British colours. I've got just about all the Japanese colours. So I'm alright for them too. German colours, they'll have to be out of Accurus collection for a bit, but bit of a junk bit down here. I've got some of that. Oh crumbs! Winsor Newton stuff. Don't ever use any of that really. That's just additives for something. 4 pots of clear I don't use. Don't use a lot of clear glosses, although I do seem to collect them. I don't ever use them. Just junk. As I say, what I was going to do was tidy up. But I thought, well, now I was pointing out, because that won't be a genuine depiction of what I've got to deal with. Do you know what I mean? At least I could have tidied this up, but I thought, no, sod it. A little tool collection here of just sanders and brushes and whatever. Just whatever is in there. You can tell that. Underneath here, I've got a couple of these drawer things. I've got some tapes in there, and the clamp things. Here I've got oils at the back. You can't quite see this bloody lights in there. I got my oils at the back there, and these clamp things, just general crap. And here, I don't know what's in here actually. Got some pencils at the bottom, my decaling box, got my rigging box, sponges, hairspray, got some chalks. I've got some 32 scale RAF letters and numbers, which I was going to use for the Gladiator to make it into the RAF Rover one, and then they bring it out on the Mark II version as the kit. Bloody scheme, don't they, bastards? Detail painting, what there is up there. Model colour. They're the first colours I ever bought, I think. Some people like them, some people don't. But they're alright for what they are, little detail paints. So here we get on to the MRP. Lots of the wood colours there. Or I say the wood colours, the First World War British colours. I thought I'd get them while I had a bit of money. More MRP. MRP are very good paints. They are excellent. But it might be heresy, but I am leaning towards Mr. Colour now. Because I just find that the MRP tend to be a bit too thin for me now. You change over time. And I don't know whether, because I've been using some old bottles lately for the Spitfire, not the Wildcat, and the MkIII Spit. They're older colours and they didn't seem to spray very well. Now, whether they go off over a period of time, unlikely, but it didn't seem to be as good as I thought they would be, or I remember them being. You know, that particular colour. So I've used on the Wildcat there. I've used Mr. Colour, and it went down lovely. It's the tones, I think. Yeah, I think what it is, you can't be addicted to one manufacturer. I think you've got to use different colours. Just choose your colours, basically, which is all well and good if you know what colours there are that you want to. But if you don't, obviously you've just got a bit of trial and error. We'll talk about this just in a sec. Metallics. My metallics there, go to. They're the buffable ones, the Mr. Colour ones, they're very nice. That's just crap, that's going to get thrown away soon. Rapid thinner, we've got some of these panel liner things. I don't really use them that much, I don't like them, I don't even know why I bought them, to be honest. Some pigments for the exhaust stains and stuff. Underneath here is with glues and some primers, and I use that tile for cutting photo etch on it sometimes. Now, this is what I'm saying about the colours. Look, right, so this is Mr. Colour and this is MRP. Okay, they're all in process of being weathered and buggered about with. Now, you pay your money and takes your choice. The Dark Earth is nicer with MRP than it is on Mr. Colour. But having said that, the Midstone is nicer with Mr. Colour than it is on MRP, you know. And the MRP, for me, the Sky MRP is crud. So it's one of them, really. Moving on, I've got a little turntable of rubbish. I don't even know why they're on there because I've got nowhere else to put them. My airbrushes are here. I hope it's not too dark. Let's get that. It's not too dark for you. No, it's probably right to turn the light on. So we've got my Badger Revolution chrome thing, which is my go-to. Me 0.4 Evolution, which is my primer. 0.2 Evolution I use for metallics, and the little Neo, which I don't use at all. It's just there just to look good. So I look a bit more professional than I actually am. I've got another one of these drawers here. Let's get it out of the way. Top of there is all my beer caps and some little scratch building stuff. Here, I don't know what's in here. Oh, I've got me abrasive stuff. I've just got some gloves and some bits and pieces. Don't ever go in that drawer. And the bottom is just a bit of overspill of old thinners and like wet palette thing and oddments. There's the bin. There's me air compressor. Very good, very expensive, very good. Oh God, what was it? Sparmax thing? I can't remember what it was now. My extractor, Sparmax extractor, which is good enough for me. It's probably, you know, if you was a professional, it probably wouldn't be good enough, but it's probably good enough for what I need. There's no dust in here, so it must be doing something. My lights, got a pick, got a poster. There's going to be here where that poster is. There's going to be another paint rack. My mate's making me a paint rack at some point, and the bookcase over there. I don't know what paint I'm going to put in it, but it's going to be another rack. I don't know what's going to go in over there. And then we come round to where we came in. Guys, so you've seen what I've got to deal with, and how messy the place is. Shall we go and have a look at some current projects and some older projects? This is the Tamiya, little Tamiya 172 Mosquito. This is for the Coastal Command GB that's currently running on British Aviation in scale. At the time of recording, we've probably got, I would say, about a month left on that. I think it finishes, no, 4th of July it finishes. That finishes the 4th of July 2020. That's still running. If you fancy building a Coastal Command aircraft, please jump over onto bais and get on it again. Dusty as anything. Let's light off, bring the dust up. So yeah, lovely kit this. Tamiya again, obviously, naturally. Went together marvellously well. Fantastic. That's the underneath look. I don't normally bother too much the underneath because obviously no one ever sees it underneath. But yeah, no, brilliant little kit that is. Went together really well. So we'll start off with the Hasagawa Zero. This was a video build that you might would have seen. Well, I hope you would have seen. If you're a subscriber, excuse me, can't get my words out, need a cup of tea. It's a bit dusty, got to admit. This is finished in Mr. Colour, and if you remember, I had that terrible, let's get a pointer, I had a terrible wing root here. If you've ever seen the video, to be honest with you, that's come out okay. I've got away with that one. So that is a Mitsubishi A6 M2, is it? Zero. I think it's a trainer. I think it's some sort of trainer. There's not a lot of info in the box instructions, and I can't seem to get a lot of info online, to be honest with you. But with the orange tail and the band on the yellow band and the orange spinner and all the rest of it for the cowling, I think it must be a trainer variant of some description. Yeah, Mr. Colour. He said what I said about the colours earlier. The paint colours. Mr. Colour's that's a lovely green. Very nice too. This is the special hobby. Well, Spitfire. You can see what that is. It's a Spitfire. It's a Mk5C. This is a 84 Squadron. Another 84 Squadron build. This is the Looker. This was a build that was done primarily on my own Facebook modelling page, and obviously I put the build up on bais as well. So if you wanted to see progress shots on this, you'd have to get onto bais and have a look. This is MRP now, though you can see that on screen it's a little bit more defined on screen. In real life it's a little bit more faded than what you can see. The MRP, so look around this film, but around here today, lately. The MRP, dark earth and dark green do actually give you a nice faded camo, don't they? Now, whether that would work for a European aircraft, because this aircraft flew in Burma, so it works because it's all faded down nicely. Now, whether this works, in the European theatre, I'll leave that to your own. Leave that to your own mind. But it does give them. They are nice colours. That's the underneath. Dave, I think, was looking for pics for underneath. Again, I haven't bothered too much, to be honest. It should be a bit more weathered down than that, but I'm getting coming to a bit of a crossroads with all the weathering stuff. To be honest, I'm on the point of hardly doing any at all. There's not a lot of weathering gone into this one. I've got a bit of dirty oil on the wing root there. There's a little bit of panel line washing, but there's not really a lot there. A little bit of oil work around here, and there's not a lot. That's mainly all airbrush spraying. I'm coming to the conclusion that I think I like my models a bit cleaner, so the actual subject can pop out, so you can actually see the aircraft, see whatever aircraft you built. So it's not disappeared, doesn't disappear under a barrage or a big veil of technique. You understand what I mean, don't you? Let that aircraft pop out, and so you can actually see it. Current project. The current projects are the MkIIIB Spitfire, which is, as you can see, is painted and deckled. I'm just in the process of doing a bit of weathering underneath here. Got some, just started off with some streaking for the underneath here. We've got some sand blasting, so to speak. I've picked out some, with Tamiya's smoke, just picked out some dirty areas on the wing root. I don't know. I'm undecided what to do. To be honest, I might do a bit more darker sand underneath here. Maybe a bit more oil streaking underneath. A bit of sand work, a bit of airbrushing, some sand colour on the top, and I think I might just give that a bit of flat coat and call it a day. You want it to pop out, like I said earlier, but with the MkIIC, you want these things to pop out, don't you? Such a lovely aircraft, the 5B, isn't it? In desert camo, lovely. Tamiya kit again, fantastic. Goes together like an absolute dream. Can't recommend these old Tamiya kits highly enough. I haven't built the new one yet, but these old ones are absolutely fab. Now, Edward, as you know, are bringing out Mk1 imminently. Didn't that come out in August, I believe? August 2020. Highly anticipated. Now, whether they will then go on from there to do the Mk5s, maybe even like a cheeky Mk2, even a Mk3 perhaps. I don't know. C-fires, they must do some C-fires, because obviously they do a Mk8 and a Mk9 and other later marks, so they could well corner the market. Anyway, work in progress, number 1. Work in progress number 2. This is the Hobby Boss Martlet Wildcat, whatever you want it to be. The actual kit is a oh crumbs! I do need this tea desperately. The actual kit is a Wildcat. Now, I've had a bit of a look to see what the difference is between the two, and I can't glean there's that much, other than the fact the cowling's a little bit different. I think that the Martlet has an upper cowl carburetor intake, so that one there, that's been put on by my good self. That wasn't there on the kit. That's just round, so to speak. So yeah, so that's my first proper bit of scratch behind. I think I've probably got away with it. So yeah, this is a Hobby Boss kit. This is a beautiful little kit. These are so nice. A little bit of trouble with the wing root and the plug, cockpit plug, because all this from here, so not the cowl, take the cowl off a minute. All this from here, like, is a plug from underneath for the cockpit and all the internals for the undercarriage and that. That was a little bit of a fiddle around here to try and not have any steps, but it goes in fine. These colours are Mr. Colour, the lacquers. This is the decal set, is a extra decal set. The Yanks Randalls Part 1, I think it is. Might be the Part 2. I think it's the Part 1. This is, to be honest, it's kind of inspired me to do these. I've always kind of had it in my mind to do a lot more Fleet Air on. And in the set you get obviously the Martlet scheme, the Martlet aircraft, but obviously the scheme here obviously is desert, which is unusual again, which is brilliant. You get the Avenger, which I've got in the stash, you might have seen earlier. I've got the Hellcat, you might have seen up on the top there, you might have seen earlier, and I've got a Corsair winging its way, literally. So I'm going to be re-set up for Yanks and Randalls, the Fleet Air on experience. So that's going to be an ongoing project for me. I don't know how long it's going to take. It might take me a year, it might take me 2 months. I don't know. It's going to chunder along in the background. I might do a video, maybe. I might not. I don't know. Take it easy. You know, it's just one of them. It's only a hobby, isn't it? For Christ's sake, I don't get paid for this sort of nonsense. Anyway, that's the. I can't recommend this kit enough, and there's loads of them, loads of different variations of the same kit, and they're all lovely. Well, thank you for staying with us. At the current time, I don't know how long this video is going to be. So if you stuck to the very end, thank you very much indeed. Very good of you. Thank you. So you can see, there you go. That's pretty much you're up to date on what we've got going. What I didn't mention is I've still got the Rexy boy. He's still up there waiting to be sorted out. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. No idea. Anyway, that's for a future time. A bit more to come in a few months. Next month we're going to be doing the Battle of Britain 80th anniversary group build on bais. So if you haven't already signed up to that, please come and find us. I'll put a description, like a link to the group down below. Come over and join in and get yourself onto the group build, which is obviously going to be pretty good. I'm really looking forward to it. We've got a few lads, we've got quite a few boys that's going to chime in, and I think it should be pretty good. It's quite a long one. Obviously, it's running from the 10th of July to the 31st of October, which is generally considered the kind of time period that the Battle of Britain was in. Historians, give that time frame. So we thought we would do the group build to coincide with that. So there's a couple of prizes on offer. More about that near the time. A couple of prizes. What we got? Actually, I can tell you now, can't we? We've got a couple of kits that are donated by Antics in Cardiff. Thanks very much, guys. And Premium Hobbies, edit Premium Hobbies, can't get out, is going to chime in with some goodies as well. So, and there might be some other bits and pieces floating about mainly something if I can't sell. Anyway, yeah, so do that. Come and find us for the Battle of Britain group build, which would be great fun. And I think we'll wrap that up at that. I don't think there's much more to talk about. You've seen the kits, you've seen where I sit. There's a radiator underneath there. In the wintertime, it's too hot. Didn't tell you that. And I think we're about done. Okay, guys, so thank you for hanging about. Like and subscribe and all that nonsense. Click the bell and all that. And I'll see you. I'll see you on the next one. See you in Bays, and I'll see you on here sometime soon. Okay, guys, thanks very much. I'll see you later.